You step onto a cruise ship, and what do you see? Smiling faces, endless buffets, and a sparkling blue pool. You think you've entered a floating paradise. A week of pure freedom, but that feeling is an illusion. You've actually just stepped into one of the most perfectly engineered environments on the planet, a place designed with a single purpose: to subtly control where you go, what you do, and how you spend your money. Every deck, every sign, every friendly crew member is part of a grand design, a hidden operating system that most passengers will never notice. They're content being led through the maze, but you're not most passengers. You know there's more to the story, and you're right. In this video, we're handing you the keys to the kingdom. We're exposing the psychological tricks, the security flaws, and the financial traps the cruise lines don't want you to know. By the end of this, you won't just be a tourist anymore. You'll be an insider. The onboard money matrix. The moment you're handed your cruise card, the game begins. This little piece of plastic is their most powerful tool. It's not just your room key, it's a psychological weapon. By eliminating cash, cruise lines sever the connection you have with your money. Handing over a plastic card for a $15 cocktail doesn't feel the same as parting with a crisp $20 bill and getting change back. It feels abstract, almost like playing with Monopoly money. You tap, you sign, and you move on, completely disconnected from the rapidly growing bill waiting for you at the end of your trip. They are banking on this psychological disconnect. You're on vacation, you're relaxed, and you're far less likely to question small, frequent charges. It's a slow bleed, 1,000 tiny cuts to your wallet that you won't feel until it's too late. The entire ship is a playground built on this principle of frictionless spending. But nowhere is this manipulation more obvious than in the ship's casino. Notice what's missing? There are no windows and no clocks. This is a deliberate design choice to make you lose track of time. Hours can melt away under the artificial lights and endless noise. They want you in a state of flow, completely absorbed in the game. Then come the free drinks. As long as you're playing, a server will magically appear, offering you another cocktail. It feels like a generous perk, but it's a calculated investment. The alcohol lowers your inhibitions, making you more likely to take bigger risks and make poorer decisions. The layout of the casino is also a trap. It's often designed like a maze, with no clear path through it. To get from the main dining room to the theater, you're often forced to walk directly through the ringing slot machines and cheering tables, a constant temptation designed to lure you in. And then there's the most sophisticated trap of all: the art auction. It's marketed as a high-class event. You're offered free champagne, making you feel sophisticated and important. The auctioneer is charismatic, creating a fast-paced, exciting atmosphere. They talk about investment pieces and once-in-a-lifetime opportunities. But here's the shocking truth. Much of the art is mass-produced, and the appraised values they flash on the screen are often wildly inflated. The free champagne isn't a luxury, it's a tool to cloud your judgment. The fast-paced bidding creates a sense of urgency, a fear of missing out, that pressures you into making a snap decision on a piece of art you know nothing about. People get caught up in the excitement and end up spending thousands on something that is worth a fraction of what they paid. It's a masterclass in psychological manipulation disguised as a cultural event. But the financial traps don't end there. They follow you all the way to your private cabin. The cabin lottery, upgrades, downgrades, and danger. Cruise lines sell a dream, but the reality can be a nightmare if you don't know the rules of the game. They offer something called a guaranteed cabin, and it sounds like a fantastic deal. You pick a category like interior, ocean view, or balcony, and they assign you a specific room closer to the sailing date, all for a slightly lower price. What they don't tell you is that you've just entered the cabin lottery, and you're more likely to lose than win. Booking a guarantee means you get the leftover rooms, the ones nobody else wanted. You could end up directly below the 24-hour gym, where weights are dropped at 5 a.m. Or you might find yourself right above the deafening bass of the nightclub that thumps until 3 in the morning. These are the least desirable locations on the ship, and you've just paid for the privilege of staying there. You haven't saved money, you've traded it for your sleep and sanity. But let's say you get your cabin and it seems quiet. You're not safe yet. That little peephole on your door feels like a security feature, but it's actually a vulnerability. It's a documented flaw that with a simple tool, someone from the outside can reverse the lens and see directly into your room. Think about that for a moment. Anyone walking down the hallway could have a direct line of sight into your private space. The solution is shockingly simple. Cover it immediately. A small piece of tape, a sticky note, or a bandage will do the trick. For total peace of mind, seasoned travelers bring a portable door lock or a rubber door wedge. These devices make it physically impossible for the door to be opened from the outside, even by a crew member with a master key card. It's not about paranoia, it's about taking control of your own security in an environment where you are just one of thousands of passengers. Of course, everyone dreams of the free upgrade, that magical moment where you're whisked from a tiny interior room to a sprawling balcony suite. The truth is, these random complimentary upgrades are incredibly rare. The cruise lines have a system, and it's all about maximizing profit. Today, most lines use an upgrade bidding system. A few weeks before your cruise, you might get an email inviting you to bid on a better cabin. You can offer a small amount for a slight upgrade, or a larger amount for a suite. This is now the primary way to get a better room. It's not free, but if you bid strategically, offering just above the minimum on a cruise that isn't fully booked, you can snag an amazing room for a fraction of what it would have cost to book it outright. The dream of a free upgrade is mostly a myth, but the dream of a heavily discounted one is very real, if you know how to play the bidding game. And just like they have a hidden system for cabins, they have one for food too. Dining deceptions and hidden gems. On embarkation day, you'll see a herd of passengers stampeding toward the buffet. They're hungry, they're excited, and they're walking straight into the cruise line's first culinary trap. That glorious-looking buffet is often where the cruise line gets rid of leftovers. Many of the dishes, particularly the pre-made salads and cold cuts, are holdovers from the final day of the previous cruise. It's safe to eat, but it's far from the freshest meal you'll have. You'll fight for a table, stand in long lines, and eat lukewarm food that's been sitting under heat lamps for hours. The smarter move is to skip the chaos. Check your daily planner or the cruise app to see if one of the main dining rooms is open for a sit-down lunch. Many ships offer this, but they don't advertise it widely. You'll get a freshly cooked meal, real service, and a peaceful start to your vacation, while everyone else is fighting over the last slice of rubbery pizza. Once you're settled in, you'll be bombarded with offers for specialty dining. These are the upscale restaurants on board, the steakhouse, the Italian bistro, the sushi bar that come with an extra charge. They're marketed as an exclusive, premium experience. Some of them truly are, offering incredible food that's well worth the upcharge. But others are simply a cash grab. They serve food that is only marginally better than what you can get for free in the main dining room, but they charge you $50 per person for the privilege. The key is to do your research before you board. Look up reviews for the specific restaurants on your ship. The steakhouse is almost always a safe bet, but the value of others can vary wildly. Don't let the fancy decor and slick marketing fool you into paying for a mediocre meal. The biggest secret, however, is that some of the best food on the ship is completely free. You just have to know where to find it. While crowds flock to the main buffet, there are often smaller hidden gems scattered around the ship. Many ships have a quiet cafe in the adults-only solarium that serves healthier, lighter options. There might be a made-to-order pasta station tucked away in a corner of the buffet, or a deli counter serving incredible sandwiches that most people miss. Late at night, when most options are closed, there's almost always a pizza place serving fresh slices until the early hours of the morning. And don't forget room service. While some items cost extra, a continental breakfast of coffee, juice, and pastries delivered to your room is often complimentary. Imagine starting your day with coffee on your own balcony, away from the crowds. These are the little luxuries that elevate your cruise experience, and they don't cost an extra dime. The key is to explore the ship on your first day. Walk every deck, peek into every corner, and find the hidden spots that will become your personal havens. The deceptions don't stop when the ship is at sea. In fact, they get even more intense the moment you step ashore. The shore excursion racket. The ship docks, the gangway lowers, and you're excited to explore a new country. The cruise line has made it incredibly easy for you. They've offered a wide array of shore excursions, bus tours, snorkeling trips, historical walks, all bookable right on the ship. It seems convenient and safe, but what you're really buying is an overpriced package deal built on a system of kickbacks. The cruise line strikes deals with specific tour operators and shops in port. In exchange for the cruise line sending thousands of passengers their way, Those companies give the cruise line a hefty cut of their profits, sometimes as much as 50%. This means the price you pay for that tour is massively inflated to cover the cruise line's commission. You're not paying for a better or safer experience. You're paying for the cruise line's endorsement. This system is most obvious with the onboard port shopping expert. This person gives lectures on where to find the best deals on jewelry, watches, and souvenirs in the upcoming port. They hand out maps with VIP discount cards and point you to cruise line recommended stores. This person is not an expert guide, they are a commissioned salesperson. The stores they recommend are the ones that have paid the cruise line the most money for a promotional partnership. The deals they advertise are often no better than what you could find on your own, and sometimes they're even worse. The entire presentation is a highly polished sales pitch designed to funnel you into the shops that profit the cruise line the most. The secret they don't want you to know is that you can almost always book the exact same tour, or a much better one, on your own for a fraction of the price. A quick search online before your cruise will reveal dozens of reputable, local tour operators in each port. You can find small group tours that offer a more authentic experience, away from the massive tour buses packed with 50 other people from your ship. The biggest fear people have is missing the ship, but it's a manageable risk. Independent tour operators, who cater to cruise passengers, are experts at managing time. They built their entire business on getting you back to the port long before the ship is scheduled to depart. By booking independently, you not only save a significant amount of money, but you also support local businesses directly, ensuring your tourist dollars go into the local community, not back to the cruise line's corporate headquarters. This level of insider knowledge is something the crew understands all too well. The crew's unspoken code. The crew members are the lifeblood of any cruise ship. They work incredibly hard, often 7 days a week for months on end, all while maintaining a smile. But beneath that friendly exterior is a world of pressure and a set of unspoken rules. They see everything that happens on board, and they know the ship's secrets better than anyone. They know which buffet dishes to avoid, which bar makes the best drinks, and which public decks are always empty. They are a fountain of insider knowledge, but there are things they can never tell you directly for fear of losing their jobs. However, if you learn to read between the lines and treat them with genuine respect, you can learn a lot. One of the most debated topics among cruisers is gratuities. Cruise lines push you to prepay your tips, marketing it as a convenience. When you prepay, that money goes into a large pool that is distributed among a vast number of crew members, including those you never see, like the laundry staff and dishwashers. While this supports the entire team, it removes your leverage to reward excellent individual service. Many veteran cruisers opt out of prepaid gratuities and instead tip standout crew members directly in cash. That $20 bill you hand to your cabin steward on the first day does more than just thank them. It ensures you get exceptional service for the rest of the week. That bartender who gets a cash tip will remember your name and your drink order for the entire voyage. Cash is king because it goes directly into their pocket, and it's a powerful personal acknowledgement of their hard work. What the crew wishes they could tell you is just how demanding their lives are. They work under immense pressure, far from their families, for contracts that can last up to 9 months. They deal with demanding passengers, long hours, and constant corporate oversight. They might be smiling, but they could be exhausted, or dealing with a problem back home. A little bit of kindness and understanding goes a long way. Ask them about their home country, remember their name, and say thank you. By treating them as people, not just as staff, you'll not only make their day better, but you'll often find they'll go the extra mile for you in return. They might give you a heads up about a special event or tell you which specialty restaurant is truly worth the money. They are the true insiders, and their unspoken code is built on a foundation of hard work and mutual respect. But behind their smiles, they are also the first line of defense when things go wrong. And on a ship with thousands of people, things can go wrong in very serious ways. Code Red, the health and safety secrets they hide. A cruise ship is a floating city, and just like any city, it has its share of emergencies. But out at sea, help is not just a phone call away. This is why every cruiser needs to understand the shocking truth about the onboard medical center. If you get sick or injured, the care will be excellent, but the cost will be astronomical. That facility is not covered by your regular health insurance. It operates as a private, out-of-network provider, and they charge rates that can make your eyes water. A simple visit for seasickness could cost you hundreds of dollars for an examination and an injection. Need stitches for a small cut? That could be over $1,000. A serious medical emergency, requiring you to be evacuated by helicopter, can easily result in a bill of over $100,000. This is why the single most important thing you must buy before a cruise is not a drink package, but a comprehensive travel insurance policy with emergency medical and evacuation coverage. Pray you never need it, but if you do, it will be the best money you've ever spent. When a serious emergency does occur, the crew uses a series of secret codes over the ship's public address system to communicate without causing a panic among passengers. You might hear a seemingly innocent announcement like Operation Bright Star or Code Alpha. These are not party invitations. Code Alpha or Star typically signals a medical emergency. Code Oscar means man overboard, a rare but terrifying event that triggers an immediate and massive search and rescue operation. And the one you never want to hear is Code Bravo, or Red Parties, which means there is a fire or another serious incident on board. Hearing these codes is a chilling reminder that despite the fun and festive atmosphere, you are in a remote environment where safety is a constant and serious concern. Cruise lines go to great lengths to assure you of their cleanliness, often touting their perfect scores from the vessel sanitation program. And while these inspections are rigorous, they only represent a snapshot in time. An inspector can give a ship a perfect score on a Tuesday, and by Thursday, a norovirus outbreak could be sweeping through the vessel. The reality is that when you put thousands of people together in a confined space, the risk of illness spreading is always present. The best defense is your own vigilance. Wash your hands constantly. Avoid touching public handrails, and then your face. Be wary of the buffet utensils that have been handled by hundreds of other people. The cruise line will do its part, but your personal health and safety are ultimately in your hands. But it's not just your health they are monitoring, it's your every single move. Big Brother at sea. You're being watched. Here is the final most unsettling secret of all. From the moment you step on board, the cruise line is watching you. That cruise card in your pocket is more than just a key and a credit card. It's a tracking device. Modern ships use RFID technology embedded in your card, and often in wearable wristbands, to log your location in real time. Every time you swipe your card to buy a drink, enter your cabin, or even pass a sensor at the entrance to a lounge, your position is noted and stored in a massive database. In recent years, this has been supplemented with a network of thousands of CCTV cameras equipped with facial recognition software. They know where you are at all times. The cruise lines will tell you this is all for your safety. It helps them locate a missing person in an emergency or conduct a head count quickly. And while that's true, it's not the whole story. The real reason for this immense data collection is they are building a detailed psychological profile of you. They analyze your spending habits, where you linger, what shows you attend, and what food you eat. If the system notices you've walked by the spa 3 times without going in, you might suddenly receive a special offer for a discounted massage on your cabin TV. If you're spending a lot of time in the casino, get ready for a pop-up offering you a deal on your next cruise with extra casino credit. This isn't a vacation, it's a massive data harvesting operation designed to learn your habits and weaknesses, all to maximize the amount of money you spend. But you can turn this surveillance to your advantage. If you're traveling with family or friends, you can often use the ship's mobile app, which links to this tracking system, to find each other without having to search the entire vessel. More importantly, this data log can be your ultimate alibi in a billing dispute. If a mysterious $50 charge from the martini bar shows up on your account, but your activity log proves you were in the theater at that exact time, they will have no choice but to remove the charge. So yes, Big Brother is watching you at sea, but now you know how the system works. You can use it to your benefit and protect yourself from its manipulative side. You're in control now. A cruise ship is an incredible machine, a masterpiece of engineering and logistics, but it's also a system, a carefully crafted environment, designed to give you a fantastic experience, while efficiently maximizing its own profit. Most people will float through this system blissfully unaware, enjoying the illusion of freedom, while being subtly guided at every turn. But you are no longer one of them. You now have a copy of the ship's hidden manual. You know about the money matrix, the cabin lottery, the dining deceptions, and the ever-watchful eye of their surveillance network. You know the rules of the game. So on your next cruise, when you step onto that gangway, you'll see the smiling faces and the sparkling pool, but you'll also see the system running beneath it all. And because you know how it works, you're the one who is finally in control.